Here's what you'll need to build the fuselage. 1 sheet of printer paper, wooden dowel, Elmer's glue, popsicle stick, and 2 60cm strips of packing tape that has the gum backing. Here's how you do it. Take the printer paper, landscape mode, and with the dowel rod centered, so it's sticking out about a 1/2 inch on each side, roll that on there nice and tight so that the paper starts to, the end of the paper goes underneath the dowel. So that's wrapped around a little more than one time. Get the Elmer's glue and just put a little bit, about 1 inch away from all the edges. And again, this paper is wrapped under the dowel a little bit. The perimeter, just put a little bit in between. And then popsicle stick, I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit, spread it around a little bit evenly. Not a lot on there, and then I keep rolling it nice and tight. And I'm going to put a little extra here on the end so that there's no edge. There you go. The dowel should still be able to slide through the paper. Okay. Next step, tape and cut 2 60cm strips of packing tape. All right, for the 2 60cm pieces of packing tape, I want to cut the ends. So I'm going to cut one at 45 degrees from this side, and then I'm going to cut the other one on the opposite side so they're different. And this is where I'll begin the rolling of the packing tape around my dowel rod. So we're going to turn the water on, sink, and with our 60-inch piece, again the end that has the angle, start there. I'm going to wet the whole thing on the glue side. There's glue built on that, and now we've moistened the glue. And starting with the 45-degree angle cut side, I'm going to begin to roll this on at the edge of the paper that I glued up on the last step, and make it as tight as I can. Just rolling it on here nice and tight and smooth. I want to stay nice and smooth to the dowel. Keep rolling slowly. That was weird. Roll all the way. And when we get to the end where the paper ends on our dowel rod, I'm almost there. Get nice and tight. Okay, so I've gotten to the end. I'm just going to go back a bit and cut off here where the paper ends on the dowel rod. Paper ends right here. So I'm just going to cut along, right in line with that, roughly. Kind of unwinding it a little bit. See the paper sticking to the glue. Whoops, that's going to happen. There we go. So now I have that piece cut off. Make sure you clean up, throw that piece out. Wrap that around so it goes right to the paper, nice and smooth and tight yet. And the nice thing is, you know, the dowel still moves. I can feel it moving in between there. I can move that around yet. I didn't glue to the dowel rod. Now the other one. Same thing, I have another piece. We're gonna do it again, but because I cut it the other direction, since we cut this the other direction here, it'll wrap the other way, make it nice and strong. So again, I'm just gonna dip this under the water, make sure the whole thing gets wet. And you can get it pretty wet, and the glue will stick on the paper pretty nicely. I'm just making sure it's all covered. Okay. And now we're doing it again, but now because the cut on here is the other direction, it'll wrap the other way. So, whoops. So I'm going to start with that cut end, match up with the other piece of tape that's on there best that I can. Try not to get any glue onto the wood. You don't want to glue your paper to the wooden dowel. And as I go, I'm going to keep it nice and tight. I'm kind of holding on. I'm holding on to the end over here, my hand, keeping it taut as I wrap the paper nice and tight. Doesn't take long to do. And the moisture will keep the glue wet for quite a while, so there's no rush. Take your time, nice and snug. Now I'm getting to the end again. You may want to, I'm going to show you on this way, I'm going to try to cut it now, right in line with the end of this red paper here. Cut out this way so I don't have to worry about unrolling it. You can kind of guess where that is. Just make a nice 45-degree cutout. Finish wrapping it up nice and tight. And now you've got a nice, tight, smooth fuselage for a rocket. This will dry overnight, so tomorrow we start building the rest of the components. Make sure you throw out the paper.